Real quick. Let me bust this down. All right, y'all, watch this. Now, let's look at something real quick. I want to show y'all something. I'm just gonna make a parable. Watch this. What is the most important thing on a tombstone? Now, there's some people I taught before I broke this down, so you already know what I'm gonna say, but watch this. What is the most important thing on a tombstone? I ask people that all the time. I just be trying to provoke thought in their mind, right? So most people will say the name. No, it's not. That's not even your real name. That's your slave name. That's the least important thing on a tombstone. Some people will say, well, the death date. No, that's not. It's not the death date. It's not the birthday. It's definitely not the name. It's the dash. It's the dash. Because that dash represents how you lived on this earth. It represents what you did or did not do. Now, God told you how to get into the kingdom of heaven. It don't say faith. It don't say faith, bro. It tell you in Revelation 22 and 14 that you have to follow the commandments to have the right to get into the kingdom. If you go to Matthew, it's going to tell you. You remember the story about the man who went away sorrowful? He went right up to the Messiah and say, hey, how do I get into the kingdom? He asked him straight up, how do I get into the kingdom? Good master, how do I get into the kingdom? He said, why you calling me good? It's none good but one. That's my Father. But he told him, if thou wilt enter into life, follow the commandments. He didn't tell him have faith, bro. He did not tell him that. Faith without works is dead. It go hand in hand. You can't have faith without works, and you can't have works without faith. You can't do that. It goes hand in hand. He gave you an example of how to get into the kingdom multiple times, multiple examples. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. He gave you multiple scriptures on how to get into the kingdom, bro. This is what I tell people. I bring up the spiritual report card, bro. You got to have a good spiritual report card. That's what that dash is about. That dash is about your spiritual report card. Did you do what God say do? Or did you do what you wanted to do? Bro, you better get on that. We in the end times, bro. You think that you can get to your deathbed and say, God, forgive me for my sins, and you going to heaven. That ain't how that work, bro. That is not how that work, bro. You're going to lose your salvation for lack of knowledge. You better read the book and stop listening to people. You better stop listening to people and read the book, bro. Basic instruction before leaving earth. Basic. This is your instruction before you leave this earth. You better read the book and stop listening to Pastor Pochak. You better do that, bro. Y'all are tripping. Y'all are tripping. Ain't no way in the world I'll let a person cost me my salvation. When you do what you want to do, you have exalted yourself over God. You said, I'm bigger than God. He said go right, but I'm going to go left because this is the way I want to go. You exalted yourself over God. His word is in the book. The Bible say all scripture is given by the inspiration of God. That means everything was inspired by the Most High himself. That's why I say, thus saith the Lord. That's why I say that, bro. That came out of his mouth. He just used one of the prophets to do it, whether it was Malachi, Moses, Peter, Paul. He just used the prophets to do it. But it was inspired by him. Inspired by him, bro. You not gonna do what he say do. But then you turn around and ask him for something. Who do y'all be praying to? That's what I be want to know. Who y'all be praying to, bro, when the scripture say, he that turneth his ear? That means you took your ear and turned it away from hearing the law. You don't want to hear the law because you think you just have to have faith. So you turned your ear from the law. He say, he that do that, his prayers is an abomination. That means when you go to pray to him, he turned his back on you, just like you turned your back on the scripture. So I be want to know who y'all be praying to. That's why I know the devil is blessing y'all. That's how I know that. Because God told you he gonna turn his back on you. He gonna keep the same energy that you had when a prophet like me brought you to understanding. And you turned your back, he say when you go to him, he gonna do the exact same thing. Keep that same energy. Go and cry to the gods you have chosen. That's what it say in Judges 10 and 14, bro. Let them deliver you in your time of tribulation. That's how I know the devil blessing y'all. Because you ain't never did nothing he said, bro. You ain't never did nothing he said. Nothing in the law of Moses. I've never seen you in prison in your whole life, bro. In your whole life, you never wore them. That is God way. You supposed to be a spitting image of God. Your head is bald, bro. You cutting it bald. Your hair not balding, you is cutting it bald. When you read the scripture of God himself or Christ himself, it's going to say he had hair like wool. He made man in his own image, bro. It's supposed to be a spitting image of him. You have no hair, bro. The Bible say God had hair. You have no hair. You don't wear fringes. You don't follow the holy days. You don't follow Passover. You don't even know none of that is. You're still eating pork. Your spiritual report card is horrible. 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 Instead of hating on me, you should be listening. You better be listening. I'm trying to save your life. He sent me to save you niggas' life. He said, I know what he gonna do when I give him the understanding. I know what he gonna do. I know what he gonna do. He gonna take it and run with it. Yeah. And wake up thousands. Because the Bible say you gonna do that. You say it say you gonna do more works than Christ did. You understand? Christ had a following of 5,000. He had no microphones around during that time. How did them people hear him? Because the scriptures say he's loud, bro. He's loud. Just like the Bible say, cry loud and spare not. Just like it say that. You understand what I'm saying? Don't worry about it if you don't. Keep scrolling. Shalom.